Hello, my loves, and welcome to week 7 of the 7 Steps to Sparkle, which is stepping into sovereignty. And I think this is the most exciting piece for me because it really bridges the gap between where you started and where you're going. And you've probably heard me talk a little bit about this concept of sovereignty, this idea that we are able to really step into that sacred space between our humanity and our divinity, where we are beautiful and wonderfully made, we are fearfully and wonderfully made, and that we're already perfect. And I think we're taught from a young age to seek outside of ourselves for everything, really, for love, for affection, for appreciation, for approval, for validation, you name it. We get it, or we try to get it from other people. And I think the beautiful part about sovereignty, at least in my definition, it is the absolute authority over yourself and your soul and your experience in the world. And what happens is when we are able to step into that beautiful and sacred space of our sovereign divinity, we can trust and believe that we are fully supported, fully taken care of. We are blessed and loved beyond measure. And that we no longer need to seek outside of ourselves for any of those things, because when we have that beautiful soul connection to the divine, we're able to bring all of that through from a place that a lot of people may never experience. And that's really the purpose of this week, is to help you to truly step into the truth of who you are. The truth is that you were born perfect, and that there is nothing that you have to prove, there is nothing that you have to do to deserve the desires of your heart. There's nothing. There is nothing you are lacking. There is nothing you are missing. And there's no reason that you cannot step into the next iteration and evolution of yourself with absolute ease and grace. And I hope that you understand that by going on this journey that you have over the last 7 weeks, what you've done is start to release and let go that which truly no longer serves you, truly. And you've allowed yourself to step into this new way of being, this new way of living with an ease and a grace that you may not have ever experienced before in your life. And it's so exciting to be on this journey with you. And I'm so thankful, again, that you've taken this step and that you've worked through all of these different pieces and these teachings and these learnings, so that way you're able to truly become the next iteration and the fullest expression of yourself and your soul. Because that is why we're here, right? We're here to do our spiritual work and our healing. And the truth is, the more that we heal ourselves, the more that we will heal each other and the world. And the more we're able to hold space for others to step into their power and into their grace and into their highest level of work and impact in the world. And that, to me, it's just such a beautiful way of doing life and a beautiful way of being. And I do believe that that's what we're born to do. That's why we're here, is to love each other and to be the light, to be the lighthouse, and to illuminate ourselves to the point where people come from all over to experience our love and our light. And that's what we want to focus on today and this week, is really allowing ourselves to create more space in our life, more space maybe in our body. And that could be anything from releasing, habits, foods, things that no longer resonate. I've recently gone through just a pretty massive transformation in the way that I'm feeding my body, and just things that used to be okay and resonate just aren't anymore. So, for example, I'm just realized that meat and dairy are just not aligned for me anymore right now. And that may not be forever, but for now, it's just what I'm feeling called to. And so I just want to encourage you to think about all of the things that are in your life right now. That it could be your diet, it could be your space that you live in. You know, I've had a lot of clients that are like, I feel like cleaning everything, like getting rid of everything. You know, like piles and piles and piles of either giveaway or donation, you know, trash, whatever. Like they're literally just creating physical space. And so I just want to encourage you this week to think about, what are the things that are no longer a vibrational match for you, and what do you want to release and let go? Is it a certain habit? Is it adding healthier habits? Is it getting more sleep, drinking more water, cleaning out those closets, cleaning out the garage? Whatever the thing is that is going to help you make more space in your energetic fields, so that way you can hold more light and hold more love. You know, we talk about that a lot. Light and love, sending light and love. But what I'm talking about is like the truest embodiment of that. And when we start to embody these teachings and these truths, what we need to understand is that we have to literally make space in order to make that happen. And so that's what we're talking about this week, is making space, and then also stepping in. You know, we see online a lot of people that are calling people out. You know, we're calling them out for this and that. What I believe we should be doing is calling each other forth. I want to invoke your greatness. I want to invite your highest. I want to acknowledge your divinity. And, you know, in yoga, the yoga tradition, you talk a lot about namaste, like you close every class with that. What that means is that the light in me, the divinity in me, sees and acknowledges the divinity in you. And as soon as we're able to truly step into that truth, that we are all divine beings, we are equally human and equally divine. And when we can step into that truth and truly see everyone, see the light in everyone, that's really what we're here for. And so I just want to encourage you to contemplate on that. We talk a lot about meditation. Contemplation is really, to me, the next level of that. It's not a silencing of the mind. It's a conversation, and it's a space between where you're able to really thoughtfully consider the truth of who you are. And if you truly believe that you're made in the image of God, which we are drops of the divine. We are already perfect. There is no other way. There is no other way. And so when we trust and believe in our sovereign divinity, it just opens up so much room for us to no longer judge ourselves or to judge each other, and just to truly be about the business of divine love and grace. Like, that's really our job in this incarnation. So what I want to share with you today is a few sacred soul alignments that are specifically designed to help you truly step into this concept of sovereignty. And what I'd like for you to do is add those to your morning practice, as you've been building kind of on that every week so far. I would love for you to use the recording to really allow yourself to breathe that in, to breathe in that truth that you are a sovereign being. And let me just say that when you allow yourself to step into that, there is a freedom and a liberation that I've never experienced before. And it is extraordinary, because now you're so much more immune, if you will. Immunity, I guess, is a good word, but you're immune to what other people say, what other people think, to their energy. You're just like, I'm just not available for that anymore. And so I think by allowing yourself to really, truly step into this concept and this feeling, it's it's a beautiful and magical thing when you really embody this queen energy, this ability to reign, and you are the boss of you in your life. And it's not in a ego or not in an ego or unhealthy way. It is in a gracious and loving way that you are only available for that which is in the highest and best for you, highest and best for your work in the world, and the highest and best for all that are involved in your life. And so I just want to encourage you to work with these alignments. The other thing I'm going to include is the first invocation to the 7 sacred seals. And I really see that as the next evolution of my work in the world and kind of where I'm headed, because these seals are an incredibly mystical and esoteric teaching that it's hard to put into words, but it's also very simple, right? And if you think about it, we've got 7 chakras, 7 energy bodies, 7 centers, 7 rays. Like there's the number 7 is very important and mystical. Obviously, most of the things that I do are around that number, being 7 weeks. But these teachings have been extraordinary for me, and they came to me in a moment of grace when I was at a church in Lucca, Italy, in late 2017. So it's been almost 2 years. Yeah, just about 2 years. I accidentally, which there are no accidents, but I ended up in a cathedral in Lucca, and I was sitting there in meditation, and I saw these like spinning discs, and they were gold, and I was like, and all I could think of was seals, 7 sacred seals. And at first I thought, are these the 7 seals of the apocalypse? Because that seems kind of interesting and weird from the Bible. I did a lot more research, and what I found that was so interesting is that the 7 seals are actually a very mystical teaching, and they're a transmission from the book of Revelation, written by St. John. And what was so fascinating is that it's all encoded in like imagery and all of this beauty. But we have to be at the level of consciousness to be able to understand the teaching. So you may have heard the phrase, eyes to see and ears to hear. And let me just say that with this level of teaching, you truly have to have the eyes to see and the ears to hear the truth of what he was trying to communicate. And essentially, it's all about opening us and healing our core, our most sacred wound. And all of the sacred wounds for humanity, essentially, because when we start to do this work, we're not doing the healing just for us, we're doing it for everyone. So what's so interesting and fascinating to me is that as we walk through these sacred seals, we are able to truly invoke these portals of grace and allow ourselves to step into the purest place in our soul. And it's extraordinary. And so that's really the next level of the teaching that comes kind of after these 7 steps to sparkle. So it's really exciting to be on this journey with you. If that feels interesting or you feel called to continue with that work, you just reach out and let me know. And I'm so happy to be with you on this journey, and I hope that it has been a blessing, and I hope that you received the medicine that you needed in order to really allow yourself to step into the next iteration and the next evolution of yourself. So sending you so much love. Mwah.